Hello guys, it's about time I started this The Strongest Battlegrounds video, and I've been lacking on the schedule so far. For the videos, a lot of updates have been coming out recently from a lot of games that I wanted to overview and review and showcase and talk about, etc. Now that we are in The Strongest Battlegrounds, this video will consist of technically two parts. The first part is talking about TSB in general, and the second part will be talking about the new update that got released and my review about it. My last video has made a good amount of views, you could say, and a good amount of impressions. Thank you all for 40 subscribers. We hit that, little goal so far. I'm currently at 41. I didn't expect it to get that much views, that much interactions, you could say, but I'm really happy. Thank you guys, I appreciate it, and I appreciate your support. I did work so hard on that video, but I really did not expect this much interaction with that video, but thank you. So this video, I was thinking about, the reason I procrastinated this video is because, aside the other stuff going on in my life, I was thinking about how should I make this video. Do I make it like the JJS one where I made a full overview and talked about everything, or do I just focus on the update? But right now I'm just going to talk about the update. I'm going to make an overview video later for The Strongest Battlegrounds, a separate overview video, so that this video doesn't take too long and doesn't clash with the other things. Since the update came out right now, that's a priority for me. So I'm going to focus on the update here, but before I get into the update, I'll give you guys a quick overview about what The Strongest Battlegrounds is. Now, The Strongest Battlegrounds is the first Battleground game that came out, as I know of, and it's the spark that created many of the new Battleground games that we all love and enjoy. And I spoke about this in my last video, in my JJS video. The Strongest Battlegrounds is based off One Punch Man, the anime. As I said, it sparked a lot of the other Battlegrounds to come out, like JJS, Judge's Beatdown, there's an Invincible Battleground 2, there's The Boys, there is Marvel, there is DC. You can name whatever Battleground you think of, and you can find the anime, the show, the movie, the book, whatever it may be. You can find it in a Battleground game on Roblox, most probably. Now with that out of the way, we can finally talk about the new update that, again, got frauded for 2 months approximately, and it finally came out in The Strongest Battlegrounds. So I made a video about this like 2 months ago approximately, when the update was frauded, and I was talking about Monster Garou as a character, and the fact that when I did start playing this game, I started playing it as soon as it came out, like a month or two after it came out I started playing it, and there were only 2 characters in the game, which were Saitama and Garou. And then I started revisiting the game from time to time, and I would see the new characters, I would see how the community expanded, I would see how the PvP techs have evolved in the game. And then when Monster Garou came out, where you can access it from Hero Hunter, the star beside it, and I played Monster Garou for a bit, I fell in love. I came back to the game for a good amount of time, and I started playing ranked. But the thing is, after playing ranked, and the horrible rank system of TSB, a lot of people started popping ults against me, specifically normal Garous. And at the time, Monster Garou did not have a full ultimate set. He was not a full character yet. So I would get destroyed, my ultimate was garbage basically. But now the ultimate finally came out, and it is said to be the best / strongest ultimate in the game. Yeah, not strongest technically, because strongest means in terms of damage, but yeah, it's one of the best ultimates in the game. Now before we get into that, because the ultimate is the only thing that they added aside from a few other tweaks, they also added Undying Hero, which is, I think Zombie Man was his name in One Punch Man, and they finally released Tech Prodigy, which was locked under early access, but now he's a full released character. And they finally released the full set for Monster Garou form. And before I get into the actual update, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of how Monster Garou works and why I really like him. It's because he is, you could say, one of the most balanced and fun characters to play with. He doesn't really have an OP combo or a one-shot combo or Like, you know, he's not no skill. He does take a good amount of skill if you want to be good at him. And at the same time, he's fun to play with the animations and is not overpowered, basically. He's like actually balanced. So the combo for this is 3 M1s into an uppercut, into binding cloth, to hammer heel variant, into doom dive, into crowdbuster, this is the finisher for crowdbuster, he doesn't really have an OP combo or a one-shot combo. Okay, I just said this wasn't a one-shot combo, but it is a one-shot combo because so far this is my best combo that I came up with my own.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
At first, the last video I made had kind of, you could say, mid combos, because the normal combo for this is binding cloth without an uppercut, into hammer heel, no variant, into crowdbuster, and then doom dive. That's how he was intended to be played. And then you can finish him with an M1 combo. That was the initial combo, and then eventually people started to add more crisps to it with the variants, the uppercuts, etc. And what you saw at the start, that combo is actually, you could say, my latest combo that I try to hit nowadays. I'll show you guys one more time. So just for you guys to understand, M1 uppercut into binding cloth, and as they are ragdolled, you hit the hammer heel variant, where you just press space and 3 at the same time, and you have to aim it correctly at their ragdolled body in air, or else you're gonna miss it. And then you do doom dives as you throw them down with the hammer heel variant. And it's also hard to hit the doom dive as they're falling, you have to time it perfectly. You know, if it's a laggy person, then you're probably not gonna hit it. Into crowdbuster at the very end, and that's it. So 1, 2, 3, uppercut, binding cloth, hammer heel variant. See, I missed the doom dive, I have to time that. The combo is a one-shot combo, but it takes a lot of skill, practice, and risk. You know, they might have their evasive, and even if you got their evasive out, the rest is on you. You have to be able to hit all the moves perfectly, or else you're gonna end up not hitting the move and something is gonna go wrong. So now I'm gonna show you the finisher variants, or not really variants, but the finisher for each move, because there wasn't a finisher for any move before the full kit got released. So you guys saw the crowdbuster finisher, and it was really cool. For the doom dive finisher, it was already released, but it doesn't hurt to show you again. So this is the doom dive finisher. It already existed, it was the only finisher that was added before the full kit got released. You have the hammer heel finisher, so one is the hammer heel normal variant finisher. Just so diabolical, you just split him in two. There's also a finisher for the hammer heel variant. And binding cloth doesn't really have a finisher, so that's all the finisher animations for the moves. Moving on to the ult, finally. So at first the ultimate was just a small tornado square with a small AoE kind of ground slam, and that's it. And then you have one move, but it went from that into this. Finally got him, but I still don't know how to control that, so that's a cool animation, way more powerful than normal Garou. So before the full kit got released, you only had Hunter's Mark, but now you have all of these. So let's start with Hunter's Mark. Cool ass animation. Number 2 is Great Fajin. You can hold it, you cannot hold it if you want. You just hold it like this, you rush, and you explode him into another dimension. Then you have Godslayer. If this guy died, okay.
Help me!
See, sometimes you miss the hammer heal variant. But overall, there is a lot of, you could say, variants for the combos that you can do with him, which is really cool. Some people start with the hammer heal, and that's how I used to start it, but I couldn't hit the, it's hard to hit the Doom Dive. And then Binding Cloth into Crowd Buster. Then you can hammer heal variant again. Throw him in the sky. Might as well. Okay, we finally got the ult again. So, Godslayer. And you still keep going on him. Tossing him over there. Last but not least, Sky Ripping Fist. Thank God he did not die. And yeah, that's about it. Now there is a Cosmic form in the ult that you can get. And the way that you hit that is by hitting Hunter's Mark first, which you can see has a mark. And then Godslayer, and then spamming G. I'm gonna show you perfectly how to do that. Then you're gonna hit the Hunter's Mark as you see the mark on him. You guys can see Godslayer has a different animation this time. And you're gonna see you have the Cosmic form that's gonna run out in 2 seconds, so you have to press G again. Now you are in a different ultimate, and the best move in here, because the last two are the same. So you have Singularity, where you throw this orb of Singularity. Just does that. And then you have Nuclear Fission, which is that's about it for monster form, or cosmic form, sorry. The last two are the same. I'm just gonna hit him with another Singularity, so... You guys are gonna ask me, how did you die? Well, when you do enter cosmic form, you're gonna die after your ult ends, so... And that's about it for full monster form Garou. And it is one of my favorites. And that made me come back to the game for a good amount of time in terms of ranked and stuff, but ranked is horrible. I will talk about that in my TSB overview video. Hey guys, Editing Rex here. I realized that this video is going to be too long as an update only video for what TSB has released, and they haven't really released that much in the first place for an update. It's a good amount of content. But I thought that maybe it would be better to add the rest of the content to my general TSB overview video that I will be making later. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.